What's up guys, Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today we're looking at the Nextorch E51. This is an EDC sized flashlight. This is the about the size I like. I've enjoyed the other products from Nextorch that I've used, so I wanted to look at this one. Let me give you some of the details here. You have a high of 1000 lumens, a medium of 270, a low of 25, and then there's also a strobe setting. At your high, you're going to get 2 hours and 30 minutes. At your medium, you're going to get 5 hours. At your low, you're going to get 55 hours. It is impact resistant to 1 meter, IPX7 rated. Its weight is 77 grams. That's without the battery. It does take one 18650 battery, which mine did come with. Its length is 133 millimeters by 27 by 22. It does have an XPL V6 LED, and it is 6061 T6 aluminum with mil-spec Type 3 anodizing. So that's a quick rundown on this. Let me actually pick this thing up and show you what it looks like in hand. So that's kind of how it fits into your hand. Pressure switch on the bottom, so you're going to do kind of light tapping, and to get the different settings, you can see loops there for the lanyard. I'll show you that in a minute. There's your pocket clip. You can see it's going to rest that deep in your pocket with about that much sticking out. That's what your bezel looks like. Not super aggressive, but it should be great for an EDC light. And when you want to charge it, you're basically going to twist like this and reveal the micro USB right there. Plug it in. It's going to be red when it's charging and green when it's fully charged. And then back like this to close it out. Very simple but effective gear that comes with the light. You're going to get your lanyard, you're going to get your micro USB to full-size USB charging cord, and 2 extra O-rings, and then you're going to get some instructions as well. They cover the basics, give you some of the basic information that you need to know, and that's pretty much it. So let's take this out into the night and use it. This is kind of a classic test for me with flashlights. It's walking out to behind my shed where the compost bin is. And this time of night is usually exactly when the animals are out. So let's get out the flashlight and see what we can see. Here we are on the lowest setting. I could definitely see pretty easily, probably 50 feet in front of me. So let's go up to the next setting. Here's the middle setting. And yeah, I mean, you could see the side of the shed there. This throw is probably, I don't know, 50 feet behind the shed at this point into the woods. So that's pretty impressive. And then let's go to the highest setting. So that highest setting, yeah, I mean, you could see I'm lighting up the whole side yard quite easily here. And I will tell you that having carried this flashlight a bit, it's quite comfortable in hand. It reminds me of my Surefire Fury, just with a smaller bezel. All right, guys, I was driving along here in the woods in New Hampshire and saw 2 little beady eyes moving up a tree. So I pulled over my car, and with the Nextorch E51, we'll take a look at what we can see here. Let me zoom in here. Our little Buddy the raccoon hanging out and wondering what the heck is going on. So I'll go through the different lights here. That's medium, that's low. There's high, medium, and low. Yeah, definitely at the high setting we can see them just fine, can't we? One thing I do like about this light is because of how it sticks out of the pocket, it's easy to draw it out quickly. So if you have a light that's very small, has pretty much, you know, none of the bezel or the tail end exposed, sometimes it's harder to draw it out quickly. With this one, I can get kind of a purchase with my fingertip and my thumb on the light and then draw it out to quickly have it, you know, shining. So I'll do that at the camera here just so you can see what it actually looks like. So like that quickly. Putting it back in, you can do it one-handed. It's easier obviously two-handed. But again, you know, if I really needed to get to my light quickly, I could just reach down with my, even with my shirt covering it, kind of, you know, get my shirt out of the way, reach and draw. So that makes the difference for me, you know, to be able to draw a flashlight out quickly if I need it, not just for self-defense, but just in general. If I all of a sudden need a light quickly, I'm not fumbling for it and trying to get it. Boom, just like that. Here's a look at the E51 in my pocket. It's about maybe 2/3 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch out. That's taking the light out. And then to slide it back in one-handed, I just kind of pull the clip out a little bit and then lock it in. Let's wrap up here talking about the Nextorch E51. Do I like it? I do. What are the pluses? What are the minuses? For some people, a clear minus is just going to be the size. It's just too big. They don't want a light that big. I generally like a EDC light a little bit smaller than this, but I've carried a Surefire Fury, which is bigger than this. It has a wider bezel, and I like that one a lot. So this one is definitely going to be rolled into my everyday carry system. Similar in size to like the Fenix PD35 or PD35 TAC, so similar to that. So again, if you want a small little flashlight, this is not going to be the one for you. It's not huge, but it's definitely bigger as far as for most people what they want to carry for an EDC light. Another possible downside for people is going to be that it comes on at that high setting and then you got to scroll through to get to the lower setting. Some people like that end pressure switch and then a selector switch. I much more prefer, let me just kind of lightly tap on the end pressure switch to scroll through. So that's something I prefer, but if you like the pressure switch and then the selector switch, then again, this might not be for you. Who is this for? It's definitely for somebody who wants to have high lumen output from an EDC light. 1,000 lumens, you know, that's going to be nice to have anything up around that range. So that's a plus. I do like the fact that you have that much sticking out. It doesn't feel like it's a ton when it's in your pocket as far as the amount that's sticking out, but again, enough to grab a hold of it, get a purchase, and draw out the light quickly. I love the fact that it is micro USB rechargeable, which more and more lights obviously are doing, but the fact that I can untwist this and have it completely covered up, put my micro USB in there, charge it up, and then twist it closed. That's just a plus for me. I don't mind the little rubber tabs, you know, on other nights, like through nights, for example. But I prefer something like this where it's just uncover it and then cover it back up, and there is an O-ring in there to keep it from getting moisture inside. One advantage for me with this light is that it takes 18650s, which I have a bunch of. So I can always have one in a charger ready to go. So when this one, you know, gets low, if I don't want to charge it using the light, boom, I can just pop in another 18650 easily. One possible change for me in the future for this light would be that they would put a slightly more aggressive bezel on that. It's not, you know, terrible. It's not a huge deal for me. It doesn't have to be huge spikes, but something a little bit more aggressive. I would like, you know, just maybe a little rise and drop there around the head of the light right there. Overall, guys, I think this light is a win. It's functioning really well for me. I was like, yeah, I'll EDC it to test it out, and then as I EDC'd it, I was like, I actually really like this light. So the fact that it is a micro USB rechargeable built right in there, that kind of pushes it above the level of the Fenix PD TAC or PD35 TAC that I have, which I do like a lot. It has more options than this one, but this one covers kind of the full range of what I actually need or desire on average from an everyday carry type of light. I'll put links down below to the E51, so if you want to click that Show More tab, you can go into the description section and then go and either purchase this light or find out more on the Nextorch website. Guys, thanks as always for checking out the videos. I'm going to ask that you click that little red subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And then also if you click that Get Notifications option, you'll be notified when Everyday Tactical Vids puts out another video. The other thing I want to ask you to do is to head over to Instagram and follow us on Instagram. I'm trying to grow the Instagram page a bit more. So I think we've got, I don't know, like 3,500, 3,800, something like that followers over there, maybe 3,300, whatever it is. I'd love to have you go over and follow us on Instagram, and we'll be doing more contest giveaways and such over there on that website. We got a couple more videos for you queued up right here. Thanks for watching the video. We've got more videos coming out, usually 2 or 3 every week, so check back on a regular basis. And thanks for being part of the Everyday Tactical Vids community. Take care.